everyone. It's 10 a.m. I would like to welcome everybody and call to order the commission meeting of the Limestone County Commission for October the 17th of 2022. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
We do not.
Thank you, ma'am. Ellen, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Samet?
Here.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Here.
Commissioner Black?
Here.
Commissioner Townsend?
Here.
Commissioner Samet, you want to lead us in our pledge, please, sir?
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, man. Well, moving on, I guess we'll move on to I need a motion to approve the minutes from October the 3rd of 2022. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet? Aye. Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Next on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $2,551,623.80. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Well, I'll take the motion from Commissioner Barksdale.
I'll
I'll take the
second it.
second from the Commissioner Black.
That'll work.
All right. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet? Commissioner Townsend?
Moving on, do we have any conflicts of interest, anything come from the commission today? If not, silence, I'll take that as a no. Public hearing, I'll ask for a motion to enter into a public hearing regarding the application to the DECA CDBG Economic Development Fund and to the Appalachian Regional Commission SORREL funds to develop wastewater systems improvements at the Pryor Field Regional Airport to support business development. Do I have such a motion to enter into this executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Yes, sir.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And does anybody have any discussion with it today? Sarah, if you don't mind, step down to the microphone, please.
Quick moment, thank you, Chairman. My name is Sarah James. I'm the Director of Economic Development and Planning for TARCOG, Top of Alabama Regional Council of Governments. We are supporting the County Commission in applying for these funds. $1 million of CDBG economic development funding and $1 million of Appalachian Regional Commission SAW Southern Automotive and Aeronautics Workforce Grant opportunities have been made available to make wastewater system improvements at Pryor Field Regional Airport. As a requirement for applying for CDBG economic development funds, we are told to have a public hearing. We have advertised it, and this is the moment for that public hearing. There is a sign-in sheet going around to indicate that we hosted this and gave everyone the opportunity to comment on the project. Total project cost comes in a little under $2.5 million. Later on the agenda, there will be a resolution to both apply for the grants and also to commit local match as a requirement to the funding. An interesting part of this project is there are 4 owners of the regional airfield. This Limestone County, Morgan County, City of Decatur, and City of Athens. The local match will be divided in 4 parts equally for each of the co-owners to commit local match. It's a little less than 20% of the total project cost. $477,000 is what we're looking for local match. Divided by the 4 owners, that comes in at less than 5% of what Limestone County will be committing to the total project cost. Approximately, oh gosh, can I do the math? 119. Thank you, Bethany. Approximately 119 is what we're asking for in terms of local match from the County Commission. Are there any comments or questions on the project? Anything I can clarify or answer for anyone? If not, I think that can conclude the public hearing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Anybody else have any comment on the project, or anybody have a discussion? If not, we'll close the public hearing and move on. All right. Next on the agenda, resolutions and orders. First on here will be to approve a resolution authorizing approval for an application to the ADECA CDBG Economic Development Funds and the Appalachian Regional Commission SORREL funds. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second it.
A motion by Commissioner Sammet, second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
All right, motion carries unanimously. Next on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve the resolutions for the county commissions expressing its support for Amendment 2 and Amendment 7 to the Alabama Constitution and any other legislation or policy modified, moderately similar amendments to 2 will promote broadband expansion, and Amendment 7 will make changes to the local government for economic development powers. Do I have such a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? I know the broadband situation is much needed in Limestone County, and like I was telling earlier in the work session, that was one of the things on the news this morning. It was one of the top in the state, and I know that me and Commissioner Townsend has met last week with Charter. They're really interested in this area, and this just gives us power for them to help them apply for federal money for this. All right, any more discussion? No more discussion. Moving on, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a resolution providing for Limestone County's participation in the severe weather preparedness tax holiday. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Contracts, agreements, and grants. First on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to enter into a contract with Axon Enterprises for 36 months for body cameras license for the Limestone County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $50,471.66. Purchase terms and conditions are through the Sourcewell Cooperative. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to enter into a contract with Alicourt Services in order for the legal department to retrieve Alabama state court records. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to enter into a contract with Thompson Ryder West Proflex for the use by the legal department. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no budget revisions, no merchant purchases, no board appointments under awarded bids. We do have one bid to, for American Paper and Twine in the amount of $2,968.98 for sanitary supplies. To have a motion to approve this bid.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Personnel action and staffing actions. I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Troy Jackie Russell as a part-time laborer in District 3 effective October 17th of 2022, pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to amend the project manager's job description with reflections as the same on the staffing plan. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on here, we have several merit increases listed below. I'll ask for a motion to approve everybody on the merit increase. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Samet. Anybody got any discussion with anybody on the merit increase? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. And I want to thank all of our employees. Engineers report. Turn it over to you, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have 3 subdivisions for your consideration today. One that is new before you, 2 that are that are coming back before you because of modifications. Greystone subdivision phase 4. This is a new coming before you. This is a major for preliminary, creating 53 lots in District 1. And then Southern Gales Estates, this is an addition of 5 lots and a modification of some roadways alignments. And major for preliminary approval, creating 38 lots in District 1. And then Sonoma Valley subdivision, Phase 1, again, a change to roadway alignments and addition of lots. And this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 102 lots in District 2. That's all I have for your consideration today.
I'll ask for a motion to approve the 3 subdivisions as submitted by Mr. Massey. Like we had talked about in the work session, we'll take them all up in one motion if everybody has no objection. So, makes a motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with either one of the 3? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. We have no other business. Executive session, we have none. Report of officers, Commissioner Samet.
I don't have anything to stand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Commissioner Barksdale. Commissioner Black.
We're still doing right-of-way cutting. I'd like to thank LaDon here for letting us borrow a tractor. He's been using our bush hog, so we just kind of swap him back over. And then the temporary person that we just approved is going to be on the tractor until Christmas if it takes it. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to get employees, and then once you have somebody bush hogging, you got to pull them off to go pave or do something else. So that's what this gentleman's going to be doing. So he better get used to the tractor. So thank you very much.
Commissioner Townsend.
I don't have anything.
Thank you, sir. I want to thank Sarah and Bethany both for coming today, and they're working with this project with Briarfield. Thank y'all for being here today. Have the Storytelling Festival this week. The Fiddlers Convention last week was a big success. I mean, they had a large crowd, large turnout, perfect weather. And I suppose that we're doing Trick or Treat on the Square this year, Sheriff. What day is that? On Halloween. So I know the Sheriff's Department, all the local responders and all first responders do the Trick or Treating on the Square. So everybody come out and bring your children out to enjoy that night with us on the Square. And
I think the sheriff said he was doing full-size candy bars, too.
I've got my costume ready. And I've already got it on. All right. I got on my Pink for Breast Cancer awareness. Is that ready? Good to go? So there we go. And I want to say special thanks for my family's been going through some hard times. And I want to thank everybody for their prayers, and everything's going to be good. So, and we will adjourn until 9 a.m. Monday, November the 7th, 2022.